Hey everybody, I'm back, and I am taking a little break from the, what's it called, Quest to Complete the Lego games, but I'm going to do my Mandalorian Season 1 review. I'm not going to do per episode, but anyway, let's just get into it. Also, this is the first ever times I've ever played in the new Fall Guys, Season 2 thing. Now, I might not remember everything because I haven't seen it in a while. I'll do the best as I can. Let's begin with Episode 1. Oh yeah, I can't remember the names of all the episodes. Episode 1. Fascinating. Love it. It's great entry. Now, when I first watched this back in 2019, when it first premiered, I was a little shocked because I didn't like it. It was kind of... It was too weird. It wasn't Star Warsy. It was very Western. But... no, it isn't. And I'm pretty excited now for the new season. And this just begins off. Of course, it has to begin off. The perfect way a show should begin off with a great action sequence to show off the main hero. And it shows what Mando can do, or what his real name is, which is Din Djarin. Yeah, I don't know if I said that right. Anyway, then after that, we do get to introduce to some other characters, including whatever that black guy with the moustache is called. He's kind of an idiot. Well, not an idiot, but in these first episodes, he was I didn't like him. All he was trying to do is do his job. But we also do see the client, who is not the main villain of the series, but one of the main villains. And he wants this child, which, Baby Yoda. Well, he's called the child in the show, but he's known as Baby Yoda. And in the new season, because it's having Ahsoka, I think Ahsoka might call him Baby Yoda, because it looks like a baby version of Yoda. Well, I'm pretty sure it's a he. But anyway, he also, after he goes to the planet, we got introduced to Quill, or whatever, what was his name? Quill? I've been watching Guardians of the Galaxy, so, sorry if I can't really remember his name. Quill? I'm pretty sure it's Quill. Quill. Anyway, he's an Ugnaught, who is a farmer slave-like person. He's a really nice character. It's kind of a bummer because, oh yeah, there's spoilers in this video, but it's been out for a year, so I think you guys should know. But let's just say something happens to him. But anyway, we also get introduced later in the episode IG-11, who is important later on, but I don't think he's that important. And this also kind of starts on Mando's past, of how he was a kid who got kind of captured from the Empire. He was going to get killed in the Clone Wars by super battle droids, which killed his parents, but the Mandalorian saved him, so he's not really Mandalorian. This is sort of a recap as well, this video, but it's mainly a review. But I really like the self-destruct thing because it just makes the comedy of the show funnier. And then we have Baby Yoda. Now, no one knew about him. He wasn't in the trailers. No one really knew about this thing. And the thing is, we were confused. Most of us were confused in the first episode, like, who the heck is this guy? And we all knew him as the cute guy at the first episode, but the second episode, which I'm going to talk about now, is going to kind of focus a bit more on him. Oh yeah, these episodes are 40 minutes long, each on Disney Plus, so that's going to be quite a nightmare. And, well, some go up to 50 minutes, but anyway, this episode, the second episode, I don't think it's as good as the first, but this does introduce us to the Jawas and the well, to the Jawas of the show, which have weird different colour eyes. They have red eyes, not orange. But there's also the the particular, there's the egg and the Rhyhorn, whatever that thing is called, from Pokemon. But yeah, this kind of makes us know he's a Force user, even though everyone knew about the baby Yoda was a Force user, but he's a Force user. And we don't see Quill till his final appearance at the show. So yeah, let's go to episode 3. So episode 3 is back on the planet where the rest of the Mandalorians are, and he gives them Baby Yoda to the client, and he gets a bunch of Beskar, which every Mandalorian's a little jealous. And he kind of feels bad for Baby Yoda because they had a good relationship, well, father-son relationship, and he just feels a little bad because he actually he never thought Baby Yoda was a bad kid, so he decided to chase him down with the first ever and only so far character in Star Wars to have glasses. Yes, you heard me, glasses. And we find out that they're cloning him, and this is a bit that a lot of people don't know what it's about, and I'm very confused about this cloning thing because I don't really I don't like the cloning thing in general. I like the clones, but not the cloning thing that they just recently introduced with Palpatine and now Baby Yoda. So, we don't know why they're cloning him. He might be a clone of Yoda. Who knows? We don't know yet. So, Mando breaks in the area. He does some stuff. And he gets Baby Yoda back. And now the whole city is now knowing that he's broke. So, he's part of this bounty hunter group called the Guild. And that's what that man who I talked about, the one black guy who sells all the stuff, he's like kind of one of the leaders of the guild, the bounty hunter guild. And this whole planet is kind of sort of the guild. And it triggers an alarm when the guild breaks something. So they kind of hunt him down, and then they save him and have jetpacks and stuff. Now those jetpacks, he does say, I do want one of those. Again, like I said, he will eventually. So now we have episode 4, which is one of my favorite episodes. This introduces that rebel lady, forgot her name, and yeah, this is why I haven't watched the show in a while. And this great planet. This planet does get introduced once else in the show, but this also introduces the ATST Raider, and it's about this like village of people who get raided and have these little cute little like blue fishies. And this is the closest, besides the final episode, you see the Mandalorian's face. He like pulls off the helmet, but we don't see it. We just only see it underneath. We do see his face when he's a kid, but we don't see him when he's an adult. And besides that, we have they like kind of team up and they team build here. Now this is a classic theme in the Star Wars TV shows, especially Clone Wars, where a poor village gets raided or something, or like bad guys are coming and they go, they don't want protection because it'll like ruin their village, except for this time it doesn't, it'll ruin their peace. So they train up the soldiers and stuff and defend it. Except for this, they don't do the peace thing. They just go straight for the soldier. Anyway, it's a great episode. So far, my favorite. Well, in this thing. But episode 5 is a downhill. Episode 5 is and how to say it that well. A mess. You go back to Tatooine, which is the most revisited place in all of Star Wars. And I like how it's like after the Empire. And it's really interesting, the story, because it's all about this bounty hunter who wants to get big and popular, like Mando, and they're hunting down another bounty hunter. But yeah, she does have high ground, so she has been listening to Obi-Wan Kenobi. But long story short, the very end, the man learns that the Mandalorian is very wanted, and if they take him out, they get lots of dollary dues. So he goes, I want some of that. So he goes out of his way, and he attacks Mando, and he kills the bounty hunter, and kills her. Attacks Mando, and and Baby Yoda gets babysat by this really kind lady with pit droids, and Mando leaves. But the very end of the episode kind of links that Boba Fett is alive. You can see this footstep walk up to the dead lady of these boots. And it could have been Mando, but it wasn't Mando, because Mando already saw it. But it's none other than Boba Fett, because it's in Sarlacc. It's in Tatooine, so it must be near the Sarlacc pit. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited to see Boba again, which he is appearing, and Rex, both appearing in the new season of Mandalorian Season 2, which is sort of a follow-up to Rebels, I just realised. So, where are we now? We're in Welcome to Space. Welcome to Space is basically what this 6th episode is about. They meet these old friend. He meets his old friend, and they have to do a crew to save a guy. And yeah, these guys don't like Mando that much. Don't trust him. So they end up ambushing him in just a New Republic facility, and cameo by Matt Lanter, whatever his name is, actor of Anakin voice actor of Anakin in Clone Wars. Pretty excited for that. I didn't know at first, but then when I found out, I was pretty happy because he's a good voice actor. I know his wife has a YouTube channel. Anyway, so I need to go backtrack a bit. So they basically attack each other, and it's a pretty intense episode, but the ending is really cool because everyone gets killed at the end. He sends in all these New Republic X-Wings and just destroy the place, which is pretty sick. And then we have the last two, which introduces Moff Gideon, the main villain of the show. And this reintroduces the Death Troopers. And I love this episode. This is so good. So it's basically all these people just fight each other for a long time. It's a bunch of action sequences. Everyone can love this episode. I also really enjoy I really enjoy this episode. There isn't really much to say because it just kind of fills in the little gaps. It's basically they just sit there for quite a bit and they just break in. Oh, and they reintroduce all the characters, and the black guy he ends up being alive. So he got shot earlier, and he had some Beskar. He had credits in his pocket thing. He got shot by Mando, and it actually hit the Beskar credits. And they end up reuniting to stop the Empire for taking over the area, which I believe that guy becomes the mayor in season 2. You can see him. But anyway, the main thing is just to stop the Empire from there. So they bring in everyone, including IG-11, who got killed in the first episode by Mando, because his job was to kill the child, not to bring it. So, Mando, this is really interesting, because he's been reprogrammed. So, episode 8, big one, finishes off the gaps. Also directed by Taika Waititi this episode, the only one directed by him, which is a bummer, because since I'm Australian, he's in New Zealand, we're kind of neighbouring countries. I love his work. He actually voices IG-11, and he's really funny. He's a comedic actor and director. So anyway, he ends up... so a lot of stuff happens in this episode. Oh, in the last episode, Quill gets shot and killed. So these Scout Troopers kind of abuse Baby Yoda. IG-11 saves them. They kind of interrupt their show. Mando is kind of injured. He's actually not kind of injured. He's really injured. Oh yeah, Baby Yoda introduced a force heal. Anyway, since he's really injured, they need to... IG-11 is also a medical droid. So the others leave, and he can't be helped on because his injuries are in his head, or on his head, and the only way to fix it is someone to pull off his mask, and he's not allowed to show any living being his face. But IG-11 isn't living, and we do get to see his face. That he is played by Pedro Pascal, from Game of Thrones, so that's probably the reason why I doesn't like being showing his face, because I believe he got decapitated or something. Anyway, this is a mess. Well, yeah, the character got decapitated. Anyway, he messed up thing after, because we find out all the Mandalorians got killed, sadly. And only that, what's it called? Ding Ding Lady, what's it called? What, she made all the armor, Beskar armor. And we finally get to see his rest of his past, which does tie into Clone Wars, which is really good, because everyone knows Clone Wars is a god show. So, where to end? So, IG-11 sacrifices a life. There's a big old astromech droid. Now he has has a new task. Mandalorian, to send Baby Yoda back to his kind, the Jedi, which is gonna be season 2. And he ends up getting a jetpack. Pretty cool, pretty sick, excited. And he ends up, IG-11 sacrifices himself with the self-destruct. He ends up chasing down Moff Gideon. He kind of kills Moff Gideon. And then the episode sort of ends. It ends of them going back in the ship, leaving. The Mando ship, whatever it's called. It's like the Razor Crest. But the actual episode ends with these Jawas checking out his ship. Checking out the TIE Fighter. Moff Gideon's TIE Fighter, which can bend. And then... bzzz, lightsaber cut. How comes Moff Gideon holding the Darksaber? Which does look really bad in live action. I prefer it animated, but jeez, this was a shocker, because no one knew he had the Darksaber all this time, and he must have had to kill or stole the Darksaber from what's it called? Bo-Katan, which is kind of messed up. So we might learn about that, because Sabine's going to be in the new season. I believe you see her in the trailer. Super excited. And that's practically it. That's my recap / review. All the episodes are good, but the best one is by far episode 8, then episode 7, episode 5. No, episode 5, episode 4, episode 3, 1, 2, 6, then 5. Okay, so hope you liked the video. Like, subscribe, comment, yep, all that. Alright, and see you later.